Alright, so here it is, guys. It's the Smok TFV4. I was really excited about getting this. I mean, I did all the reviews, read all the customer satisfaction reviews, read consumer reports, read your reviews as well on Facebook, and I saw other YouTube videos. And now I had to see everything for myself. So the Smok TFV4, in my opinion, has revolutionized the tanks so far. It's the first triple coil that I've seen. It's the first quad coil that's a pre-built coil. I built my own quad coils in my RDAs, and that's how I like to vape on a normal basis. But like I said, it's revolutionized tanking as it is. So inside of the Smok TFV4 today, I have the triple coil, and I have Milkman inside. Shortly after, I'm going to show you how it compares to the other coil sizes of two Aspire pre-built coils. I'm also going to show you the Hercules and the Arctic coils, and I'm going to show you in comparison to the other coils that you get with the Smok TFV4, which you get the triple coil, the quad coil, and you get one RDA deck or RBA deck. It's the single coil. I gotta purchase the dual RBA deck real soon. So I'm going to send you off to let you see the view of the comparison for these coils. So hang with me. Sorry about the juice stains. I just kind of wanted you to get an idea of the coil size differences with these coils of the new Smok TFV4 compared to the coils that we've been using up to this point. Okay, as you can see, this is the Atlantis V2 coil by Aspire. This is the Arctic. This is the Nautilus from Aspire. And this is your Kanger Subtank Mini. Here you have your RBA deck for the Smok TFV4. This is your triple coil from the TFV4, and this is your quad coil from the TFV4. I wanted you to get an insider's perspective of what these coils look like inside. 3 coils stacked side by side. Sorry about the focus, guys. So, as you can see, 3 coils set in a triangle for maximum coverage. There's the 4 coils. Sorry, it's a little dark, a little dirty. I just put some dark juice in this just to see how it vaped, and I was quite pleased with it. Sorry about the movie collection. Kids put their movies wherever they want. This is a dual coil set, one on top of the other. And as you can see inside there, I already have a build set up in my RBA deck. So, and this is basically all the options you get that comes with the TFV4. Here's the top with the pivoting head for easy top fill. The 510 drip tip with ventilation holes and an air chamber for cooling air. A Pyrex glass tank. You get 2 of those. And this is your larger than life deck for your TFV4. And you get 2 tank bands. So just in comparison, you get to see the size difference between the Aspire Atlantis V2, the Arctic, the Nautilus, and the Kanger Subtank Mini. And as I also just found, this is the size of the Hercules, or the Hercules, however you like to pronounce it. I call it the Hercules because it hits like a hero. But let's put the Hercules next to just a quad. I mean, in height difference, check. Width, almost doubled in size. And here's the triple coil next to that. And remember, the Hercules is a dual coil, so that's only one coil more. What an amazing setup this new TFV4 is already. There it is. So I wanted you guys to get a kind of get a view of exactly what it looks like as you're filling the TFV4 Smok from the top fill, which is it's a rarity. And in this unicorn bottle, I have a 30 milliliter of 3 milligram of Milkman. So simple as that. Inside the little lever, it's got good play. You can just go ahead and start to juice down inside there. And inside I have the trip coil of the TFV4. So with this one, I get about 4 milliliters to fill into it. They say she's a juice hog, and they're not lying. She is thirsty. So, and all it is something as simple as popping it right into the groove. So now what we'll do is we'll wait the given 5 minutes that you should let it take to soak up all the juice inside the coils. Even though these coils have already been wicked and they've even been broke in, I'm going from sugar drizzle, from cutwood, going to Milkman's Milkman. So we're just going to let the juice soak into the cotton so I don't get a kind of mixed hit there. So bear with me. See you at FaceTime. Alright, so you got to see them matched up with each other. You got to see how one compares to the other. You even got to see all three of the coils that comes with the TFV4 side by side, so you can see the size difference within those by themselves. As I said before, you get 5 milliliters of juice with the quad coil because it's more narrow. You get 4 milliliters of juice with the triple coil, with the width and the girth of that sucker. It takes up a lot more room. That's just how it goes sometimes. So I just wanted you to see the production of the triple coil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this at 74 watts. It can go up to 140, but I've got good vapes out of this between starting at the low end of 60. I wouldn't go much lower than 60. I like to do it at 100 as well. Pardon me, damn cat. So I'm going to show you some of the Milkman. Now remember, this is a 99% VG juice. So that is with my low opened airflow down here, and I have the tip fully open, and that just allows more oxygen to get in with the vape, and it actually cools down the pool from the tip this is a 510 tip, which I've seen other videos, and they failed to bring this to light. So I'm going to show you pulling off the 510 tip, the drip tip there, and I'm going to replace it with a disposable rubber 510 connection, and just like that, I mean, it goes right in, no problems, no muss, no fuss, but it's disposable, so who cares about that one. So let's put the 510 back in, and now they're not the first to have the airflow adjustable on the drip tip, but they are revolutionizing it, as I've said before. Now, we've seen the Aspire Atlantis V2 with their own airflow, but this is not a 510 connection. I haven't seen very many other things that can fit in the same hole as that. Now, what I've gathered is that this has a combination of 3 tanks that combined does a good job, and I'll show you that. So the 3 tanks that it actually compared turns out to be would be the reliable Kanger sub tank. This is the mini. A lot of people reported juice spilling out of the air holes and stuff. My solution was to majority of the people is make sure that you're doing some juices that are at least a 60-40. You got to stay above the 50-50s because they're a thinner juice and they'll leak right through those holes. So you got the changeable decks with that between the RBA or the pre-built coils that come with the Kanger. You have the K-Fun4 top filled rebuildable deck, adjustable airflow. This was actually a really good buy for me when I first started with this one. I liked how you could rebuild the deck down here, but you had no pre-built selection. You had no choice to do a pre-built because it's a RDA with the tank. It was really good for me, and I still use it. This is, you know, something like a billow. And lastly, as I showed you before, the Aspire Atlantis V2 with the adjustable airflow holes at the top. So, in combining these 3 coils, these 3 tanks, coils, tips, put them all together, what do you get? The TFV4, top flow, adjustable airflow, 510 drip tip. You have a large tank, 5 milliliters with the RBA deck and the quad coil. You have 4 milliliters with the triple coil. You have adjustable airflow at the bottom. You have a larger diameter tank, so this thing is boss. It's very major. And I will also show you what you get with your kit if you could just bear with me. So, here's the box as it comes in the mail, alright? They show you right up in the prime is the triple coil, and that's what I showed you before. They show you the top fill right on the package. Alright, so we're going to remove the case. You get a nice black Smok boxing. Give it a couple shakes and voila, top comes off. And here's where you're going to find your tank. Padding to separate it from the bottoms. You get your instruction manual. It's only in English. It's a trifold manual with pictures for those who need visual aids. It shows you the step-by-steps of how to correctly build it. It shows you the proper way of filling it, and it shows you how to change your coils. You get your warning card and product authenticity. You get 2 tank protectors. You get one in black, one in white. Both say Smok. I call it Smok. You also get a package of organic cotton for the RBA decks. You get a replacement Pyrex tank. You get a black Phillips head screwdriver. I love these. I love the black ones. I'm so tired of getting the blue and the clear ones, aren't you? You also get a collection of tanks, which I showed you before. You got your RBA, your quad coil. I'll show you that quad coil with those stacked vents. It's almost like a semi. And you get replacement O-rings. And you get a replacement top fill tube. Remember not to put your juice inside the center hole. That's your airflow hole. Remember to do it on that hole. So, as you can see, the total kit that comes together is very impressive. I paid $35 for it. $5 rushed shipping because I just had to have this thing. I have a collection of tanks up here as it is. Not to mention the Aspire, the Kanger, which I'll put right there, and the KFun4. I have a collection of tanks, and for me the Smok TFV4 has just stepped up my vaping game. As far as RDAs go, I do have the Plume Veil, the Turbo, the Dark Horse, and the Troll. As far as the deck build, able to build on the RBA deck, it it does supersede the Kanger coil deck, and it also supersedes the KFun4's deck, because you actually twist the coil inside a hole and tighten it down rather than having to clip it down inside a channel, screw down on top of it, and make sure that you have flush cut pliers to cut the leads off properly. So, as we can backtrack with the wattage that you can go from 40 to 140 watts, the amount of juice you could put in there, the different coils that you could put in, triple, quad, or your RBA deck, top fill, adjustable airflow, top and bottom. This thing is just hitting 5 stars all across the board. So, in my opinion, I think this will replace a lot of my vaping needs. So, don't be surprised if you see me putting any of these tanks on sale. I only need one, maybe two at most, so who knows what I'll keep. I've hit base on pretty much all of them, so please, like I always say below, subscribe below, comment, give me some feedback, and for that one guy's giving me thumbs down on every one of my videos, I'm going to find out who you are and I'm going to give you thumbs down. You guys have a great day. This is Zach from Delaware Vape Community. Enjoy, and like I always say, vape on.